Who's singing? Is that Jamie Foxx?
Love me, say that you love me, fool me, go on and fool me. Love me, pretend that you love me, leave me, just say that you love me.
Hi, kisses, misses. If you are new, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I just want to jump right into it because I haven't been meaning to speak on this situation, but I just haven't had the, I don't want to say I haven't had the proximity to, but I just haven't had the capacity to, and I haven't really been able to get the words together the way I would like to. So I would just like to give my final thoughts on the smokeyglow Angelika Oles situation. I say final because I am assuming that everything is said and done now, and that everyone got everything out of their system, and that we're going to proceed. I would like to preface this by saying that I am a fan of both Angelika and Hannah. I watch Hannah a little bit more because it's something about Hannah's energy. When I'm watching her, it just feels very exuberant. It feels very light. I like it there a lot. However, I do definitely watch and patronize Angelika. So at any rate, I'm not even gonna go in details about the drama, which isn't really even drama, but you all know about it already at this point in time. If you're watching this video, you know about everything that's happening. I don't need to give you a history lesson. Ultimately, here's the thing. This was a conversation that led into a conversation between two friends, really, of concern that snowballed into something publicly, was confronted on a public platform forum, not properly, and then, you know, more elements were added to the fire, and thus making it a problematic jumble fuck of something no one can make sense of. You get what I'm saying? Because it's really just so many elements. It's such a multifaceted and layered situation that no one can really pick each thing apart and give a concise, we know the reason, but no one can give a concise play-by-play as to how exactly we winded up here. So I just want to start off by initially saying that, especially as a black woman, like I'm speaking from this perspective as a black woman who is an avid watcher of both of these channels. I like both of these women. I enjoy both of their content. I don't find either of them inherently problematic. So from my perspective, truthfully, I saw the video that Diana made months ago. I saw it eons ago. And I cannot remember what brought me. Sorry, y'all, my camera cut off on me. At any rate, I can't remember exactly who and what led me to that video. I came across it when it had probably like 5K views. So it really wasn't, people saw it, but it wasn't a monumentous amount of people who were talking about it. So I saw everything that Diana said, and it honestly for a while made me raise an eyebrow at Angelika, because I'm like, yeah, you know, she's right. I did notice that there were some point in times where I saw that video where she had made that statement about Kylie, like, well, everyone's doing too much and flirt. I saw that video and I was kind of like, I know that there were some accusations of transphobia. I'm just not sure, because even with her bringing that to the forefront, it just wasn't like receipts. But I was more so talking about, like, you know, the dismissing of the POC and black women. I saw the thing in the Twitch stream. I definitely thought that was a little even after hearing her explanation in the video. I was just kind of like, well, you can't assume that just because you've been getting trolled all day that someone who was seemingly, because I read the comment and I thought that it was just a pretty direct, you know, not a read, but a raise of concern. Like, the person was like, yeah, so, you know, people of color have been feeling a little dismissed by some of your current actions and statements. And it was just kind of like, oh, girl, bye, bitch. She didn't do all that. She didn't do all that, but her girlfriends was just in the back like, what do you mean? No. So it was just a lot of that for like nothing. So I was just kind of like, I was good off Angelica for a little bit. But as time went on, I didn't see her to continuously display the same actions of ignorance that I did see her do that one occasion, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't think that when her and Hannah collabed that it was ultimately going to amount to this big like like I would have never thought that because Diana's video, it just didn't, it sticked, but it didn't stick like grit. So at any rate, everything happens. I'm at this point, I was just annoyed because a lot of the fucking shit that I was seeing that was making me mad is that people were trying to say that Hannah was being a bad friend when this conversation had nothing to do with a core value of friendship. I don't know why y'all thought that this was gonna be like the Color of Friendship on Disney Channel or the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, because it really didn't have anything to do with their friendship. So why it was boiling down to, you know, her moral compass and her dependability and loyalty as a friend was really beyond me, because the conversation was about taking accountability for your shitty actions and not invalidating marginalized communities when they come to you with a question of concern and want you to properly address it. So it was really bothering me that people were trying to paint Hannah out to be this fucking Grinch or this like evil creature, when all she was really trying to do was take time to formulate a full opinion so that she could then further say, okay, I'm going to associate with her, I'm not going to associate with her. She got more information and she made her final opinion. I don't see how that's airing somebody out to dry. I don't see it. I just don't. I don't. Like, y'all are always talking about how you need to normalize changing your mind when you get different information presented to you. Well, that's like essentially what happened. So I was just a little fucking lost. I didn't like what Dustin Daly said, really. I didn't like what any of like the white beauty channels had to say, because it really wasn't about the subject at hand. And, you know, I'm not expecting that from those kinds of channels. Like, I'm not expecting them to come politically correct. I'm not expecting them to, you know, stand up for marginalized communities. I'm not expecting them to care about fat shaming. I'm not expecting them to care about the equality of Black women. I'm just not. So I really wasn't shocked, but I was really just annoyed. When I saw the Rich Lux video, and I like him. Like, I really do. I like him for what he does. You know what I mean? I like him for what he does. And I don't expect anything from that man other than him to be funny. I don't expect anything from that man other than for him to make me laugh or give me some means of entertainment, because I can't with the Jeffree crowd. I really just don't really. And I think that it was just outrageous that it got to the point of us talking about this goddamn Christmas party again. I swear, like y'all really send me, y'all really send me in every way. But so ultimately, hold on, let me get my drink, girl. So ultimately, Hannah and Angelica both have gotten to the point where they have said their piece. I listened to what Angelica had to say. I really wasn't too overwhelmed. Like, I was listening to her and I feel like there was some validity to what she was saying, but I also don't know if she fully understood what the problem was. And I think that with her, and this isn't me just trying to make excuses for her, but this is just based off of my observation and what I get from her characteristics. She has a very mellowed out, nonchalant, ho-hum way of existing, and that's just even obvious and prominent through her fucking content. And it's not really a bad thing. I think in this situation it was, because this is the kind of situation where you have to come clear and concise and correct and lay it down. But I heard what she said. I was like, all right, I'll take it for what it is. You know, I like Angelica. I will continue to watch and support her content. I don't know if other Black people or POC will feel the same. It is up to them. I don't think it's unfair to invalidate or have like one person be the spokesperson of the whole community. Like, well, since I'm Black and I thought what Angelica said was okay, y'all all should, so it's fine again. Just let people make the decisions that they want. I ultimately feel some empathy for both of these women, because being on the internet and having this all the time, and just seeing some of the things that people were saying on Twitter, I'm just like, oh, you are just so evil. Just nasty. Like, even if it's an upsetting, topic of discussion, don't. Like, it was just a lot. So at any rate, I really, I don't want to sound a certain way by saying this, but I already knew that when Hannah uploaded, she was coming for that ass. And I'm saying that because Hannah is a content creator who is very well put together and very strategic. And I don't mean that in like a spooky, ooky, negatively calculated kind of way. Hannah has her shit together. That is what I'm saying. Hannah has her shit together. Hannah has all her ducks in a row. And when she's saying something and when she's uploading a video, baby, it's the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? It's the creme de la creme. She's addressing she's gonna knock down every domino one by one. So I already knew when Hannah made her video, I'm like, okay, shit, give it up. I for one, I thought Hannah's video was great. I felt like it was orderly. She acknowledged everything that she needed to and wanted to acknowledge. She got her point across in a tactful and tasteful manner, something that a lot of motherfuckers on here cannot do. And I felt as if, I don't ever think that Hannah really needed to redeem herself, but if it was that kind of situation, ding, ding, ding. If it had happened to be that kind of situation, she would have rang the fuck through. She would have got through the gate, swiped that card into the gate. Because she knows what she's talking about, and she's a very trustworthy person. A lot of people like to say that she's a self-righteous person, a self-righteous creator. I don't find that to be true in my perspective, in my opinion. Mine. And I really kind of wanted to highlight a little bit of disappointment that I had with Angelika, because I did not like how she went on Twitter and like started bringing up receipts on Diana, which of course what she did and said was very wrong, and she has since apologized and all those other things. But a lot of people were pointing out how it was kind of hypocritical of her to do that, because she was just criticizing Trisha Paytas for doing this for doing the same thing to Dixie and Trisha Paytas, I ain't even gonna talk about that girl, the Dixie and Trisha Paytas mess, okay? So I felt like that was like a hypocritical thing to do. A lot of people felt like it was a hypocritical thing to do, but whatever, it happened, so it is what it is, okay? I didn't think that was a cool move though. I just didn't. Like people were calling it the gotcha moment. I didn't think that was a good thing to do, because it was kind of like deflecting off of the mistake that she made, that people were trying to hold her accountable for, but what do I know? So at any rate, I ultimately chalk it up to this. It bothers me that this conversation was amounted to talking about the loyalties and such of what makes a friendship, rather than focusing on what core values we were really trying to do, or I don't know, because I didn't even know this was going to happen. All people were really trying to do was get Hannah to gear her attention towards something. Her audience wanted her to see something. They wanted her to acknowledge it. She did. It got blown out of proportion. And now y'all are mad. Now it's like a versus battle, when it really should have just been, well, let's make things right amongst this community that we unintentionally harmed, and let's do better and move forward. So that's what I have to say. I just really honestly wanted to get my 2 cents on it, because I just wanted to make it short, sweet, and straight to the point, because I'm just like, what is all this other stuff? Like, I know it's drama and it's fun and everybody, yippity doo dah, but honestly, like, what? Come on. I just wanted to make it like, we know what this was about, so let's talk about what the fuck it was about. At any rate, bye, girl. I just can't. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, kisses missing. I love you.